Hey everyone, Lee here from Martinuzzi Property Group with my weekly real estate market update. Guys, just a quick overview of the market at the moment. Yes, we've seen buyer demand certainly drop off across Australia, and there's clear reasons why that's happening at the moment. The cash rate, the RBA is on a mission to bring that inflation in check, and the cash rate has risen. Currently sits at 2.35%. And what this means for your mortgage repayments or interest rates, most major banks are now offering fixed and variable interest rates around the 4.5 to 5.5% mark. Now, the RBA Governor, Mr. Lowe, has come out this week and communicated that he expects that there will be more cash rate rises, and we should see that rise up to about 3.95% mid next year. He's actually thinking that inflation will rise and peak at about 8% and then start lowering back down towards the close of 2023 to about 4%. And their target is, of course, 2 to 3%. So Mr. Lowe's communications is clear that the cash rate will be rising. And there's all this fear of what that means for mortgage repayments. Now, historically, that's not a huge amount of interest. We've seen historic highs of 17, 18% many years ago. And the mortgage repayments have generally remained pretty even keel over the history of property in Australia. However, being that prices rose so dramatically over this booming market, in 2021 alone, Australian property prices on average rose about 23, 24%. And it is expected that property prices will continue to rise in Australia. Some of the main housing and economic experts that watch the charts of Australian property markets and share markets predict that we are still set for more growth over the years to come. So right now, just off the back of the boom, last couple of years, we'll see a correcting market, and this may last for maybe 6 to 12 months, maybe 18 months even, before we see property prices to rise again. So buyers are definitely hesitant right now to jump in and purchase property, just waiting to see what happens with the market. And I think sellers are a bit the same as well. There's less properties on the market locally here on the Sunshine Coast, Palmwoods, Woombye, Udalo. There's less properties around, and even though the demand's down, there are less properties. You would think there'd be enough there to satisfy that current demand, but it seems there isn't. We are seeing A-grade properties that present really good value, present really well. We are seeing those properties get offers early on and selling fairly quickly still. Other properties are sitting there for a lot longer than what we were used to last year, and that's expected to continue. I think sellers will still hold back. Right now, we are experiencing a lot of offers that are coming in subject to sale, and that's quite a difficult situation for those sellers and buyers in that situation. Because on one hand, you want to make a good offer on a property that you're looking at, but where you can make that offer maybe needs to be reserved because you're still waiting to receive an offer on the house that you're selling. So it's a little bit of a sticky situation, but lots more of that happening at the moment in the market, and that's just a sign of the changing market conditions. However, the market did change very suddenly. Back in April, May, we saw the market drop off significantly to what we're experiencing now. And I think it'll start picking back up against once the market finds its feet. And once we start to have a little bit more confidence in what's ahead of us, we'll start to see that prices start to climb again as well. And if you could time the market, you'd be a millionaire, I'm sure, but no one can time the market. So it's a matter of time before we start to see that trend continue and start to see that buyer activity increase a bit more as well. The good news is that in our southern states, it seems like they're nearing the bottom of the market. The auction clearance rates last week were better, and that's a sign that perhaps things are picking up a little bit more. So we'd expect to see that buyer demand from our southern states come up here to the beautiful Sunshine Coast as well. So that should bring a bit more competition to the market as well. And on top of that, international immigration is set to increase quite dramatically over the next couple of years as well. So that'll bring more demand to the property market in Australia. That is definitely having a shortage of supply at the moment. So it's hard to know where the market's going to go. The affordability of properties is sky high. So to imagine that rising further is hard, but potentially that's what we're poised for going forward until perhaps the Olympics in 2032. That's my weekly update, guys. Hope you're enjoying your week. Have a great day today, Queen's Memorial celebration, and anything we can help with, give us a call. Cheers.